guys, there's a brand new video player for WordPress. I mean, this player is so cool. I've already started using it. As you can see here on my landing page, I'm already using it. This is a YouTube video, but it doesn't look like a YouTube video, which I really like a lot. If any one of you is on my courses, you can also see that my course video player has also been updated. It's really cool. Let me show you how it works. So over here, I've installed it on a brand new WordPress website, and as you can see here, it says Player Pro and FluentPlayer. So this player is made by the makers of Fluent Cart, Fluent CRM, Fluent Forms. I mean, this is a huge company now, and they have so many products that integrate really well together. And let's see how this does on our WordPress website. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take a look and see how we can start using this. So if I come over here to FluentPlayer Pro and click on medias, this is actually the command center. This is where you add all your media. So if I click here on add media, this is where you'd go in and add all your videos. So for example, here we have videos from the media library. You can actually upload videos from your own computer straight onto your server, but I don't highly recommend this because that will slow down your website, and in most cases a lot of these hosting companies do not actually support this. But of course the most common one here is YouTube. So if I click here and paste my URL for my YouTube video and click on add YouTube video, my video now gets added and it has this player here automatically. So what I found very exciting here is over here on the right, we have all the controls. So you start off here with branding. You can go in and use custom branding. Okay, so this means you can change your branding color here. So let's go with this, and you can see the icon here has changed, and also the volume bar here has changed as well. So you can see here when I toggle through, this is where it changes. Okay, so that's the first part. And now you can see here I clicked away. If you want to go back and customize it, you need to click on the video itself and then go back over here. All right, so now we have the control bar. So over here you can also customize the control bar as well. So you can go in and perhaps use that. Now you see the color here has changed, which is pretty cool. So if you want to change the control bar to match your branding, you can also do that. Okay, moving on. We also have general settings here. So this is where things start to get very, very exciting. So we have the poster image. So here by default, we have this. It's the default on YouTube. So this is what it's using, but I can go ahead and delete it and add my own. So let's say I want to change this completely. I can click here on change and then go to my media library if I have anything here. If not, I will have to upload my files. So let's go ahead and upload. So here I have a few images. Let's see what I can use. Okay, this is quite small, but let's say this is the image I want to use. I'm going to click on select, and you can see there now that my image has been updated, which is pretty cool. Over here we have the aspect ratio. So if you leave it on original, that should be fine, but of course you can be specific if you want to go 16:9 or 4:3, and in this case I'm going to leave it at original. Okay, now it has load strategy. So this is where you can either on play click. So there's various options here. I haven't really tried them all out, but what I'm excited about here is the auto play. Okay, so at the moment there's no autoplay, but you can actually set this to autoplay with mute. So when people start seeing the video, it starts playing, but silently. Okay, and this could be really cool because it can be very engaging before someone can actually see. It's like a preview. You know how like on Netflix, you can start to see the action of a movie before you actually see it. This is pretty much similar to that. Okay, now I also like this. Again, I'm going to use the Netflix example. Remember playback position. This is really cool. So let's say you're playing a long video and you left it halfway, but you want to come back and play that video. This here will remember each and every video that you have on your library. Okay, so here I am going to remove autoplay. Okay, let's just leave everything basic. Here we also have a video end screen, so we can go in and add a video end screen, or we can loop the video. Again, that's pretty cool. Now, let's say you've gone in and made all these settings. Ideally, you want to set it as a preset, and sure enough, there's some presets here. So you can see there's the default, there's a modern. So all these are different presets that you can apply, or you can add your own. So this can be a custom preset that you can create. So let's call this one here Mac. Okay, but of course you can have different types. You can have, let's say, for courses, you can have another one for marketing, you can have another one for, you know, any specific item. So this is where we get to add all the controls. So first of all, you have to choose what player you want. So as you can see here, this is the classic, so it gives you a preview. This is simple, okay, and then this is floating, and we also have minimal. So it depends which one you want. So there's quite a lot here to customize. So again, remember I mentioned autoplay. You can also apply it over here. So let's just go in and choose, let's say, let's go with modern. Okay, so we're going to go with this player. I like it. This looks very, very clean. So this is where now you get to add and remove items you want. So play and pause. If you want to remove that, you can just remove it like that. Fast forward, you can add it like that, and backward. I think this will be really nice. Let's say you have a course and maybe, you know, someone hasn't heard, you know, clearly what you're saying, and then you can just rewind and fast forward. But in this case here, I don't want to make this player too busy. So I'm going to remove the backward one. In fact, you know what? Let me remove both back and fast forward. Okay, so the next thing is the volume. I think volume is very important. Current time, if you need that, you can add it up there. And playback speed, I think this is very important. So this is the playback speed. And then we also have the settings menu. Okay, but I'm going to leave that. We have the full screen, which is that. We have picture in picture and captions toggle. Okay, so behaviors. Now remember, I mentioned autoplay, muted autoplay, and so on. This can be custom to this player. Okay, next we have this customized caption style. So we can actually add captions to our videos as well, which is pretty cool. So you can add your font size there if you really want it that big. You know, it can be massive, but of course, you know, in my case, I just want it maybe at 18. That should be fine. This is the background color. So you can go in and add your background color. Now, I'm not sure if we can add transparency to this, but anyway, this is what we have so far. Now, here's the thing. If you want a page that is dedicated to, say, for example, collecting emails for your mailing list, this is where you can activate it for this actual player, and this is really cool. Now, there's also a way to set it all up to connect with Fluent CRM or Fluent Forms. And here we can also skip, which is pretty cool, but that's an option that you can have on this player. And as you can see, so far, there's a lot of features. I really, really like this. Okay, let's move on to the next item, call to action. So this is also really cool. Let's say there's something that you want to give away while people are watching the video. You can just add this in here and then add the call to action. If it's a download now, they can download. If they need to go somewhere to a totally different website, you can just add it here on the button. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And over here, it also has the display at percentage. You can just select what percentage you want that thing to display. And then we have the action bar. Okay, so if I enable that, this action bar now is where you can add, you know, some text onto this. So this could be a permanent item that's in there where you want to notify people to do something, or, you know, whatever it is, you can just go ahead and add it here. So if you want to add, you know, some smart codes to say, Mac, do you like this? For example, it will show the name here. It needs to be connected with Fluent CRM, so it can pull the first name that people actually enter when they purchase a product or when they sign up for the mailing list. So that is pretty cool. But for now, I'm going to leave that. But you know what? These are really, really cool features. Okay, let's go ahead and say create preset. Now, there's one thing that I would have loved here. This button here, if we could just maybe make it, you know, totally square without any rounded corners, or if you wanted to make it a circle, maybe perhaps have 3 options, or just have one setting which can just readjust, the sides here. So it would be like a slider where it goes to, sharp corners all the way to a full circle. I think that would be really cool as well. And also maybe increase the size or reduce the size a little bit, because just by having this here, it doesn't really go with this design here that we have, because everything looks very sharp. And then over here we have, rounded corners. But anyway, that's just me being picky. All right, let's create a preset. So that is how you create a preset, and you can see here it has been added over here on the bottom. So we can select it like that. Next, we have chapters. Now, this is really exciting as well. So our video is long, so we can start adding chapters here. So I'm going to say, okay, now you can see it's playing. So you can move on to, let's say here, and perhaps maybe that's where we want to add, something. So here I can say install Divi. Okay. So that's the marking. I'm going to say add chapter. Okay. That's strange.
The first feature is the page manager.
Okay, so you can see here at 119 it has been added. Okay, so I want to add another one. So let's say I'm adding it at 5. I can go in here and say how to add. Okay, so this one here is how to add Crafter Pro. Now, you know what I would have liked here? Let me see if this is working, because remember, this is beta. If I click add chapter, you see it goes away. Now, what would be really cool is if I could just go in, add all my chapters. Do you see now how I have to go in and add all these, close, open. If I could just add them all here, that would be really awesome. But anyway, the option is there to do it manually, but maybe this is something they might be adding in the future. Okay, pretty cool. So now we've seen how to add these chapters, and you can see there's markers here as well, which is really awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next feature. Oh, by the way, if you want to go in and edit all these chapters, you can go in, and if you want to delete it, you can delete it over here, and then you can collapse it. And next we have our text overlays. So our text overlays now is
the page manager.
Okay, it keeps playing in the it starts playing every time I open it. Okay, so let's try this text overlay. So with text overlay, we can actually go in here and add our text. So you can see it has been added there, and we can specify when you want the text overlay to come on. So let's say I want mine to come on at around 30 seconds, right? This could be an ad. This could be, something that you want people to know. And I don't know if you've noticed this, we also have something similar on YouTube, which is really, really awesome. Here you can add a URL as well. Okay, so that again works really cool. If you want them to go to a specific URL with that text overlay, and we can also define where you want it. So it can be on the top right, we can be on the bottom left, but I think top right would be ideal. Okay, I think top right would be ideal. But anyway, we can specify when you want it to show. I think that's really cool. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. So that's text overlay. We also have interactive layers. Okay, so by default, it doesn't show you here what the interactive layers are. But if I click here, you're going to notice that we have a lot. And I think this is where this really, really, really shines, because take a look at this. We have call to action, right? I think that's, that's pretty straightforward. We can go in, add a call to action, and you can see the preview here. Okay, so that's a call to action. You can go in, customize this, and customize the text as well if we need to. Okay, now let's go back. Now the next item here is email capture. I think we touched a little bit on this, but this is really cool. You can add your provider over here and select your email provider. So I use Fluent CRM already, so this will be very, very easy to connect. Okay, let's go back. And let's go to a hotspot. Now this one here is, wow, this one here is amazing. So let's say this video here is playing, right? So let's just drag the slider, all right? Let's say to about that point. And let's say we want to add a hotspot. You can see the hotspot is right here, okay? We can add a tooltip. So let's say perhaps maybe someone wants to buy the cap that I use when I'm recording my videos. So I can just say by cap. I can add the URL over here. Oops. Now this here is without an icon. I can add an icon. So you can see here, it has the little eye, and then it says by cap. Do you see that? That's pretty cool. So where this would ideally work is, let's say you're using a FluentCart and you have a video that showcases a product. So at that frame where the person in the video is showing maybe the glasses or the cap or the dress, you can just stop there, add this icon, and they can click here to buy, and that will take them to the hotspot link where they can buy the product. Really, really genius. I like this. And then here we can also adjust the size of this hotspot thingy, you know, and then if you want to add it, you can add it. And you can have several of these hotspots. So for example, if I add mine here, mine is going to show up at around the 5-minute mark. Pretty cool. Okay, let's move on to the next item. We also have an ad. Now this here is mind-blowing. You can add an ad onto your video, and look here, we have skip, just similar to how it is on YouTube. I mean, this is really awesome. This is amazing. So we can add a layer here. In fact, we can upload the video, so we can create a 30-second ad, upload it here. If you want to skip it, you can skip it on the bottom here, or if you don't want to skip, they have to watch the ad completely. This is amazing. Okay, but I would like to try this so I can show you in real time how it works. So this is really ideal. Let's say if you have a lot of videos and you can go in, change these, perhaps maybe you have someone that wants to place an ad on your videos. This is where this would work. Okay, right, so let's go back. Let's move on to the next one. Now here we also have a shortcode, so we can also add our shortcode over here. But you know what really got me really excited? Oh, by the way, let me show you how to add this video on your site. So here you can see it's set to private. Let's make it public. Okay, and then here we also want to publish it. So we're going to go ahead and click on publish. All right, so now that is published, I can view media. So this is the video now. Okay, so it's not auto playing, so I can play it here like that, and you can see here that my thumbnail is showing my chapters. If I go to this chapter here, you can see it says SiteKrafter Pro. I can click on that to move to that position. Okay, and if I want to see my chapters here, you can see my chapters are right there. I can go in and select at any point I want to go. So let's say I want to toggle onto that or that, it takes me to that position. And of course you can do your full screen. Okay, so this is viewing it, right? So let's say you want to add it onto an actual page. So let's go back and copy this code. Okay, so you'd copy the code here, and then you go to any page or even let's say post and paste it. So let's go to pages and add a page. So this one here is going to be a test page. I'm going to say use Divi builder, but of course it uses any page builder. I mean, shortcodes work pretty much everywhere. So let's go ahead and add a text module, or you can even use a shortcode module that also works. So I'm going to paste it like that. And if I hit save and let's preview on the front end, there we go. So now my video is showing. It has pretty much everything that we need. I think this is very clean. Instead of just using our YouTube videos as they are straight from YouTube and use this looks way much better. But you know what? I really got impressed when I saw that I could connect this or integrate it with Fluent Community. Now you may be asking, what's the main thing here with Fluent Community? Well, let me show you something really awesome. So I'm going to find Fluent Community here, and here it is. If I select Fluent Community and then I go to portal settings, there's an option here on features and add-ons. Now what I can do is I can go in here and you can see there's FluentPlayer. There's an integration. It really works really well with the existing Fluent products. So here I can customize my skin. So I can go with modern, I can add my progress bar. Now there's a lot going on here. Play, pause is there, forward is there as well. I mean, I can remove let's say backward, and current time. I don't think I need that. Speed playback, I think that's fine. Settings menu, I don't think I need that. And then full screen is fine. Picture in picture is fine. Captions toggle, let's remove that. In fact, let's keep it. Okay, and then we have all these other players. So what happens now is when I hit save, right, after adding, after customizing all this, it means that every video in my community now has this FluentPlayer, and this is really cool. So let me show you how that works. So if I were to go now to my community, and this is where I am right now, you can see here that my video now has the player. It doesn't really look like a YouTube video, and if I hit play, you can see there that, you know, it plays, and it is really nice. And not only that, if you go to the courses, it also updates the courses. So if I go to, let's say, for example, Crafter Pro, and I click on installing Crafter Pro, you can see now that I have a nice player. It just makes everything looks nice. But this is not just about the looks. Like I said before, you can integrate so many things into this player. You can collect emails, you can add your advertisements, you can add hotspots. I mean, there's a lot you can really do with this. So you may be thinking, well, is that it? Where's the analytics? You know what? Really cool. Let me show you the analytics. So we're going to go back home here, and let's go back to our dashboard. So for this, you can see here, I'm actually using this on diviuniversity.com. So if I go to FluentPlayer, right, and then go to analytics, it's going to show me how the videos are performing. Now, I only tried this on 2 videos, and already I can see completion rate here is 29%. I can also see 49 plays, 21 unique viewers, and average watch time. And if I scroll further down here, I can see, you know, the users. And most importantly, I can see what videos there are. So this is overall, right? This is overall. I mean, these stats. So if I wanted to see maybe crafter typography, for example, it would show me the stats for this actual video. You see that? And it can also show me where people are watching from, which again is really cool. Now, I only installed this yesterday, so it doesn't have a lot of stats on here. But as you can see, this is really powerful. Let me know what you guys think. It's not really out there yet. I mean, I just was fortunate enough to get a quick preview behind the scenes, but this is going to be releasing very soon. And I think this is going to be really cool, especially if you are someone that already uses the Fluent products. Like in my case, you can see here, I have Fluent CRM, I have Fluent Forms, I've got Fluent Cards, Fluent Boards, Fluent Support, Fluent Booking, it's Fluent everything. So this just fits in very well. But of course, it can be used independently as well. So that works too. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing the latest version out there in the public, so we can do a proper review. But I thought I'll just share this quickly with you guys because I thought you might find this very exciting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.